The first part I'm talking about is the sketching part. Guys, sketching is very important. It determines how your drawing will look. I use freehand for my drawings, and if you can't use freehand, you can use grid method. This video is not about grid, so I have a video about grid. Check the description, you will see the link. In this video, I'll teach you how I draw water drops and how I shade risking with pen. If you can closely watch everything I said in this video, I'm sure you will understand everything how I draw with pen. You understand it very well. So watch the end, don't miss any part. That is very important. Before I make drawings, I always do my hatching and cross hatching. That's creating the layers of the drawing that I want to make. It's just using a line, making straight line, then use the underline to cross it in another direction. That's exactly what I'm doing here. Layers are important because the skin is not that pure white, so that when you are adding some realism in the drawing, that it will not look too local or it will not look too whitish. So the skin is not that pure white, even if there is a part that light reflects on. So I use those layers as a start point. Then what I'm doing now is I'm doing scribbling for the parts that are rough. So in that part of the skin there are water drops on it, so you have to be very careful in this kind of drawing because it might look tough to you, but it's really easy. If you follow me to the end, you understand how I make all these drawings. On your journey of being a pro, you can achieve that by watching your picture closely. If I'm not with this picture, I will not understand how the water drops are and where the water drops are. So I'm using scribbling to bring out the details first of the drawing, because the skin also has details before I start creating the waters in it. So make sure that you achieve those ones first, then before you proceed to the other ones. So I'm adding the water drops now. I'm just using a U shape of line, this kind of thing. Then water is just simple to draw. It's not that hard because it is smooth. One, you have to know this, water is smooth, and what makes it water is the shadows that you add under it. So the shadows you add under it will make it look like water, and the way you blend it to light will make it look like water. So this particular side are small drops of water, so you don't expect it to be that perfect. So you will just add the shadows under it, but when you are finished drawing, when you are drawing others, you will see that it will combine together and look exactly as a real water. This is how it is being done. In the picture I'm drawing, there are water drops there, so that's why I'm adding those things. So what I'm doing is just adding shadows to those particular side, making the skin look more real and all those stuff. So in this part of the water, you will see how water really was. When drawing water, you must make everything look smooth. It must not be realism, it must not be skin, you must not see any skin texture on it, because water is very smooth. So this is just a secret of making water. Make a smooth blending into light, and also make a shadow that will represent the shadow of the water when it's in real life, because water has shadows. That what makes them water. How to draw water is very easy. So you just follow the picture on your journey on becoming a pro artist. You need to study the picture very well before you make any mistake when shading. So how do you study your picture? It's like holding your phone and noticing every places that is blended, how the places is blended, and how you will blend it in your drawing, how the places that are too dark and the places that are too light, how the water look, and how other parts of the drawing look. So a very secret tool that pro artists use is that we study the picture very well before we start drawing. Even when we are drawing, we are with the picture always, whether it's your edited picture or any other picture, any reference piece that you choose. So you have to hold it first before I've seen someone that just draw offhand, says from his imagination. You can make a cool drawing for your imagination, but if you are drawing with a pen, if you are drawing with a referral speech, so you got to look at the drawing very well, especially this kind of my drawing that looks to be hard. This drawing might look impossible at your eye, but watch me as I draw everything you see in this picture, and I'll draw it complete. That's what makes us pro artists. Make sure everything is blended smoothly, and avoid those white parts in the drawing. That's what also makes it water. So those white parts represent the highlight, the light effect of light on the water. So that's what makes it visible. So make sure you avoid them, those white parts beside the nose. So those white parts, I avoid them very well. Those white parts beside the place are shadows, I avoid them very well. That's what makes it water. So don't just because I say it blends smoothly then you shade everything. If you shade everything, it will not look like water, it will look like something else. So that's why I also say you should watch closely on your drawing. Don't just look at the drawing and start shading what you can't even see. You must see that particular thing first before you add it to the drawing. That's what makes your drawing look beautiful. As you already know, I do hatching and cross hatching before I start shading any part, whether it's a skin realistic side or a place that I have to make more realistic, but I avoid the waters though, because waters need those white parts. So just follow the one that just follow me up everything I'm doing. If it is possible to have a pen and paper to jot most of the things that I'm saying down, you do, because I won't like when I'm done with the drawing you tell me that you don't understand or you don't get this right. So make sure you follow everything. Don't just jump out of this video to create your own without watching exactly what I'm doing. So you follow the picture, you follow everything, just follow everything I'm doing here first before you move out to your own videos. So it's kind of easy, not too hard. So what I'm doing now is creating scribbling, because the lady's skin is rough though, and those parts of water drops are also that side. So I want to make that side rough first before I start shading normally. So I created scribbling on that part of the drawing. On this part of the drawing, I created scribbling. I wanted it to look more darker too. That's another reason why I'm doing this. So watch closely everything I do. If you watch me closely, I'm always with my picture, I'm always looking at the referral speed that I'm drawing to get a beautiful look in my drawing. So don't make mistake of I know what I'm doing, you leave your picture and start doing that thing else. You just mess the whole drawing up, and at the end of the day you will start afresh. You know, this is pen. If you make mistake with pen drawing, I don't think you can correct it. No eraser can. Even if you manage to correct it, you will spoil the drawing. So onto this part of the water drops, is about adding shadows, but I want to highlight them first. I want to make them visible first before I shade them completely. Is another thing that we do, just highlight them first and continue with what you are doing. So after all this, make sure that all those after all these water drops you bring them, because at this stage of white, this is how their reflective white, their highlight should be. If it is not like this, it will be very very dark. So I bring them dark, I bring them out. I will still explain what I mean in this particular video on what I said now. So you know the level of shading that I made in this drawing, I don't want it to be more thicker, because that is what determines how the white color of the water drop will look. Water, you can't just make something and call it water if it doesn't look like water. So I need the level of this white shading that I've already made, so that when I blend to the light of the water, it will look like water, so that the highlight won't be that hard for people to understand that this is water drop. So just watch, I will explain everything for you. So these particular parts of the drawing are not that, I won't tell you that it's easy, because drawing water, many drops of water, are not that easy. I made videos of water tutorial, but with this particular video you will understand everything that I'm saying. Don't panic because of the transformation about the water drops that I said earlier. See, I will explain everything for me. As far as this video, I have other water drops to draw. It was a mistake down there. So with other ones, you will understand it very well. I'm also creating waters if you want to. I'm creating water drops if you want to. So water drops are always that U shape. So although it depends the kind of water, but this particular one that I'm shading is mostly U shape. So you just create those U shape and then add shadows to it. That is exactly what I did on all these ones that you are seeing here. Those shadows is what makes it look like water, and those white parts is also what makes it look like water. Shading smoothly from those shadows to those white parts, especially following the picture you are drawing, it what makes it look like water. There is nothing hard in drawing water, unless the water are big or there are lots of them. Then you know that it have to take most of your time, some of your time, before you are done with all of them. Like this one that I'm shading, it took me some time before I made them. That's why this video is this long. And some might ask, why did I choose this particular picture? It looks hard and all those stuff. It is because I like challenging myself. I think that's what makes me this pro that I am now. I don't like drawing a simple drawing just like that. I don't like it. So I like those rough one, those tough one. Even if I make mistake, you start afresh. You are helping yourself, not another person. So if if I'm to advise, I will advise that you should start making drawings that looks harder to you. But it's just a matter of time. If you follow the picture you're drawing, you just understand everything and draw it exactly as the picture is looks in the drawing. So I choose them because making those ones make me understand more things. I learn new things. I keep learning every day. I draw, I keep learning, and I keep trying to make my new work more beautiful than the old work. These are the things you need to apply. When I was starting, these are the many things that I apply. Always make your new work to be more beautiful than the old ones, so that what makes you helps you to improve. And we not just improve by making a very simple sketch that is just about blending, or that is just about getting some parts done. No, you don't just do that. You do it by drawing hard drawings, making tough drawings that will help you improve. So about these water parts, why I didn't record them is because I already told you how it's been done. So it's kind of making the video too long. So understand them, even the ones that I'm shading now, the one I'm shading now. From it, understand how I made others. It's just blending from those dark parts to the light part. It's just simple as that. So I decided not to make this video fast forward, although I made some part fast forward so that it won't be too long. But the majority of the video is not fast forward because I wanted to understand everything how it is being done. I've gotten many comments on my videos, so I decided to stop doing fast forwarding videos. I want to start making real-time videos. So watch closely how it's being done. This particular place I'm drawing will teach you everything that I did in those other parts. You just getting that dark part, creating those shadows, then blend from that light to the dark, and then follow. Always watch the picture you are drawing. If what you are drawing is not in the picture, it's not a very good sign. According to my picture, the side of the head, the forehead, is also has water drops. So you know me, before I start, I do hatching and cross hatching. So I first create those hatching and cross hatching for the drawing before I start adding those water drops that you see in the picture. I'll add everything, both the ones that are rolling straight. So me, I do my scribbling first because that particular place look rough. So I do my scribbling first, and then I also created the water drops immediately when I'm doing the scribbling. So watch closely. What I'm creating now are the water drops. These are the tiny ones. So you just add those U shape, then shade shadows under it. Add U shape, shade shadows under it. Watch closely on what I'm doing, you understand it. When you draw water, when you draw fire, when you draw smoke, when you draw all these things, that's what makes you pro artist. When you can achieve a skin realistic look in your drawing, that's what makes you a pro artist. It's not just by drawing realistic drawings. You are not a pro artist. You are just making a good drawing. But when we talk about pro artists, there are people that make unbelievable drawings. If you want people to wow at your work, if you want people to say that this guy is very very good, or this lady is very very good in his work, his drawing, classifying you as a pro artist, that's how we classify people as pro artists. So these kind of things are what makes you a pro artist that you are. Don't forget about the shadows. That's what makes it water drops good. That's what makes the look real. That's what makes water look real in a drawing. Those shadows are very very important. Hope you got this right. Smooth shading are the key to realistic water drop, and this highlights reflective light beside those water are the key. Just get that into your head, because that's what I want to explain for you. Very, very important. The smooth shading, the way you blended to light in the water, it doesn't need realism now. That's why I don't do hatching when I'm shading it, especially those water drops, the water that is rolling down the forehead. So you give spaces for those highlights, this white parts in that drawing. That's what makes that drawing look very, very real. That's what makes the water drawing look very, very real. So you follow it like that, getting those smooth loops and smooth drawing. Even if you make mistake, just follow it like that. It will later look like water. I'm telling you, it will later look like a water drop. Don't just be afraid of all these things. They are just normal to draw. If you can be able to follow the picture you are drawing, they are just normal to draw. So if you finish and add those shadows, you will now see how the drawing will look like a real water. If you add those shadows, because water is never a water drawing doesn't look like water drawing if you didn't add shadows. So shadows are like another key to making it look more real. But anything you are drawing, avoid those white parts in that water part, because if you ever shade them, the whole drawing, the whole smooth blending, the whole smooth shading in that water will never look like a real water. So that's just it. For this journey of being a pro artist, I'm sure at this stage you understand many things. Although it's not all, I won't tell you it's all. But these parts are important. I will post another video very soon. That's the part 2 of this video, and I'll teach many things on how you will achieve this. So click that like button and subscribe to this channel so that you get notified when I upload that video. It is very, very important. Nothing much here. This is how I blended everything. If I've continued making this video like this, we will be here for 1 hour. The drawing took me exactly 6 to 7 hours. At this stage, this is how it is made too, and I don't want to fast forward it. Exactly what I've been doing in this video, in the previous video, is exactly what I'm doing here. So there's nothing hard. Click that like button and subscribe to this channel.